I was 35 years with the Royal Bank.
Your entire working life?
Yep.
Yeah. And no regrets about that?
Some. It wasn't really what I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated. And I was sports minded, and there were a lot of things I would have liked to have done, but but I got married when I was in Montreal. So, then I had to, think of stability. My dad died when I was 6, and that's why we had to move, and it was right after the Depression. So those were some rough years, and my mother didn't have any money at all to speak of.
What happened?
Well, her older sister, took us in Ontario, Port Hope, and they had no family, so they took us in, but it was quite different because they weren't used to bringing up children,
Mm-hmm.
But my aunt was a great person. But my mother kind of got shoved into the background because her sister was the strongest influence on her.
Older sister?
Yeah, and my mother was like a China doll. She was always looked after, and I had problems dealing with that too eventually because I tried to change her, and you can't change. I realized that you can't really change people's outlook. My uncle, an aunt who took us in, I really liked my aunt. She'd been a school teacher and was strong-willed and more aggressive. I enjoyed being with her because she was living, But my uncle, I was afraid of him. But he was a clergyman, and we used to come home on Sunday from church and Sunday school, and he had big sliding doors in the home he lived in, his study, we called it. Big oak doors, I can still see them, and he would shut them and we'd have to sit down and tell him something about the sermon that he gave. Well, we were young kids, and I was terrified. Like, I thought he was going to beat us or something, He was very aggressive sort of fellow. But my younger brother, they doted on him, and I don't think it was good for him. He eventually committed suicide, and we never knew why. He became a dentist against he never wanted to be, but family pushed him to, I was married for 26 years, but I married, in my day, it wasn't so much, I never really knew how to love, like what love really meant, because my family wasn't very loving, and I think I married because it was the thing to do. Like, it was in my day. What else did you have unless you were going to be a bachelor the rest of your life? And I liked girls too, but my ex-wife, she was not. Neither of us really understood the meaning of marriage, I don't think. And I mean, we had 2 children, but it wasn't a loving relationship, really. It was 26 good years, really, when I think back on it, but there wasn't really a strong love for each other. The kids, yes, but, and I think there were a lot of fellows in my day that didn't really know what they were getting into.
Tell me about your children.
Well, I love them dearly, and I always will. As I matured, I understood their needs better than I did when they were young, And they've taught me, they, even in their absence, just the way they've reacted towards me in letters and emails, and my son particularly has expressed much stronger feelings towards me, and I think he's learned a lot too, you know, through the process. And, but I think I've learned, well, one thing I have learned is that they're the most important people in my life. You know, they always will be.